All right, it is Thursday, May 28th, and another great day in the market. It's either the SPY, it's small caps, mid caps, some ETFs running, ABIO. Right now, I got up 374%. Incredible move here. Let's look at it here. This is the daily chart. Look at this candle. From a low of 742 to a high of 22. Actually, 22 right on the number. And why did this happen again? We've pointed this out before. Point. Let's go. Biopharma announces AB201 development program for treatment of COVID-19 associated, I'm not sure that pronounces word, coagulopathy. And what did we say before? Anyone mentioning COVID-19, this is a low float, 1.5 million. This is going to rocket. And that's what it did today. See, the stock market is really just a transfer of information. And this is, I mean, in small cap. Remember, you had pot stocks that popped twice the last, I think, 5-7 years. You had shipping stocks. You had Bitcoin, blockchain. There's always a next thing. What is the next thing? COVID-19 came along, and it is making these little biopharma stocks explode. It's incredible. So this is the new thing. I'm not sure how long this will last. This might last in the next year. We'll see. Let's take a look at the 5-minute chart. This doesn't get better than this. A lot of people caught this here. Look at this move right here. This held support right at 6. Look at these little wicks. And you draw a little line here and exploded up. This was a great move. And then the one thing you see in this too, what did I tell you? One of the most important things I go by if I'm trading, day trading, 13/20 EMA, and you have to use different time frames. Let's go to three time frame here. So this is the 5-minute. Look at that, 13/20. And then it was a nice move, a little faded right here. And this is where you want to keep in trades longer. Look how tight this is here. But it never bent. It never went down. There's no reason to sell here. Now, sure, that's easy to say. But this is, you know, what I'm trying to do. All traders are trying to get better, to try to stay in the trade longer. And look at that 15-minute right here. Look at this. Never even touched. And this move here, when it starts to get down, this was at 12:45. So this was this candle. And look how it hugged. It hugged right there at 10. Let me put this, see with that candle. The low is 10:20. So let me see this again on that candle. And then it would have been this candle here. Now, that's what I mean. Look on the 15th. You're saying here, like, okay, it's going down. They want to take profit. True. But if it stock's truly strong, it has to break through it. It has to bend. See how this is smooth? There's no curve here. There's no bend. It's not breaking. The 20 is not going over the 13 EMA. So, and this, look what this did. This didn't even get to the 20 EMA. It bounced right off this. And look at this, moved up. This was a tremendous home run trade. I'm sure a lot of traders caught this. But even if you got in around 5, 6, you could have sold here 6, 12. That's double your money. And then if you want to play get in here, see this? You can get in on this little triangle again. Lower volume. Let me go to my other screen right here. See how the volume, look at this, the volume, draw a line here. That is, the volume went extremely low. Look at the bars going down and look at the bars going up. That is extremely bullish. That's what we want. So this is like a classic long trade for bios, small penny stocks that explode up. So this one all the way here to 22, it's incredible. Now, what these will do now, this has done 3 reverse splits in the past. This could do a reverse split. It's up this high. The company probably wants money, wants cash. It has 6.7 million in cash. At least on Trade Ideas, it shows a 50,000 in debt. That's not a lot. Institutions only own 13%. Insiders don't even own this. It's kind of odd. So this looks like this, like a money trap, money gainer for day traders. So will they do an offering? If the stock's at 18, I will do an offering. So what do you think? We'll see. Something's going to come out with this. So, but this is the trade you want. These are the home run trades we look for. Buy, maybe sell here. If you want to go down all day, it depends how you trade. Again, right here, sell. Wait for a move here, buy. And go to, I like to use 5 to 15 minutes for day trading and to smooth out these lines so you can hold the trade longer. The 1-2 minute, now this is where it gets interesting. If you look at the 1 minute, a lot of people want to play this. I can't dispute if you want to play the 1 minute chart. You can see these candles here. This was over 18, and then you can play this 18 all the way to like 21, 21.50. That's the 1 minute. See these candles? I don't like to play these, but they are in play because the move was so strong. These candles are giving great, look at this 50-cent move in between. These are great moves for the, like to play these candles in these moments, even the 2 minute. See that you can get a lot of even smaller size here and then move up. I like to play at least 3 minute to 5 minute because most of the time these candles will be all over the place. But this was a good chart. That's what I mean. Every chart is different. This is a strong long chart and it's going to give great moves at the upside the whole day. So this was a unbelievable move. And I expect an offering. I expect something to happen with this. Let's go down the list here. Let's take a look at some stocks here. HX, this had to move all pre-market and then came back in. This was very choppy. See, this is exactly, I don't like trading these. Let me get a 5 minute chart. And this got here at 120, bounced up again. So it was a really range pretty much from like 160 to 120, but it's just a lot of in between. There's not a lot of movement between that. You can definitely trade it long and short, but it's very like quick moves and you're like next move down here, next move. So it's tough to get a consistent pattern like there's an ABIO. So this is another gap and go, see it? And ABIO, gap and go. All right, let's take a look at ARPO. This had a move, nice move pre-market, started to fade. And this one bounced at right at the open, which is nice for longs. Right at that 1 mark, and it bounced all the way up to 145. This was a nice trade. And was this a gap and go? Yes, again, another gap and go. There's FAS. This has been in a downtrend, had a bounce January 2020. Then to making a nice uptrend, and finally look at today, 20 million, another gap and go. And this, see, this is the problem too. On a gap and go, anything can go. This made the move pre-market like, oh yeah, it's going to keep going on. And look, it just faded, and this one didn't bounce. It had a fake bounce right here, and caught longs because they thought, okay, that's finally. When it moves, goes so long from top to bottom, you're figuring it's going to bounce, and it did, but it wasn't a sustainable bounce. So that's what happened with that. I see MGen, MGEN. Take a look at this here. Just had a wide move in February. Look at this move, and then it came back down. See, on these moves, it takes a little bit of time, maybe months, and look how it's creeping up, and then put in nice candles here with the volume increasing. This could go to 125. It's filling the gap here. I called CBL maybe a month ago. You have, this is penny stock, right over 38 cents. It's trying to break 40. The volume's increased. Look at 45 million. Something's up here out of this wedge. I think we'll get to 50 plus. So I would watch that. BHAT, 15.6 million. Gap and go, huge wick. And this didn't hold. So, and this is the thing too. See, pre-market, the volume was great here. What do we have? 10,000. And then it faded to like no volume. There's nothing. And then it came back up. So you really want sustainable volume because you don't want to be caught in this and there's no volume. But it did make a nice move here with the high wick and then fade it down. So that's a normal pattern for penny stocks. Let us watch that. NAC. I think this is higher float. This is, let me look here. 23% NAC. Yeah, this is like 213 million float. That's extremely high float. This is like, they do gold, I think, and mining. So this had a nice bottom at 35 cents, been riding up ever since. We have a gap here. This could go to 150. If we can get over this and sustain, this might challenge that 150. DHC, this is healthcare trust. This is starting to heat up. This is interesting. I love the volume here. Let me draw a line here. This is, it's almost coming out of this wedge, you could call it. Yeah, look at this. This is like one of these like W plays, like up, down, like draw like a W, and it keeps getting tighter. Symmetrical triangle, and it broke up today with 10.3 million in volume. You have a nice open gap to 477. This is a nice longer play too, a swing play, swing trade. I like that. ABGR, this is a former junk stock. You can see down here, pretty much trash. 40 cents. This might get a 50 cents plus if you play that. Tuesday, I called this. I love this wedge. See this? Even though it's a penny stock, it's kind of too low. Look at the volume last 2 days. Huge white bars. 31 cents, got knocked down. Starting to come up in stochastics. I would look towards 50 cents plus still. And that is a good long play. HTBX. I think this was on our videos last few weeks. This is like a double top. Trying to sustain over 110. So watch that. What we got here? RNWK. This had a really nice move since April. Look at the volume here, strong. Broke 2, but couldn't hold. Trying to see here what we got here. Yeah, we had a lot of congestion here at 2. After hours, it's holding here. So we'll see what this does. This has good potential though. But on a high wick, I usually don't like them high wicks, but it's possible I'll put it another day. Dollar Tree DLTR. Nice breakout here. And this gapped up. This is near 100. So anything does this, yeah, I would have no interest. This day trading maybe though. TGI. A good volume today. 18 million, even better volume. And look at this here. Be the high of 1185. And then it's a full candle. See the color? I don't like that. Usually that means exhaustion. And we'll see if it puts in another day. OGI could look towards 2. You have good volume here. Canopy Growth, CGC, pop stock. You had the move down here. That was on the 14th. That was the move in the whole market. All these stocks have bounced since May 14th, and we're up to 2172. This has really run hard, though. I wouldn't really like it here. See how you're far away from the 13 EMA? That's space. That means it's getting exhausted. Could go higher, though, but you'll just have to watch it. MRSN had the gap and go today. Put in another strong day. This is back-to-back days, and on the daily, where are we at here? It's getting close to all-time highs. COMM, no real interest in that. Penny play, NTEC. I like the way this is forming here. You have a nice gap to 45 cents. If you play pennies, this will probably try to come over this move here. You have 30, and then this bottom, this gap, 34 cents, and then test at 45 cents. Snap. This is getting, see, this is a longer term trend line down, trend line. I don't like it here. It could break through. Would have to get over about 1845. Workday, that's a great move here. A lot of these moves, if you held, like swing trading, the airlines are still down here. With cruise lines, some retail, financial, so these all eventually do this if they get good momentum. TZA, this is small caps, bearish ETFs. This thing has been going down and down. See, the market's been strong with this. Eventually it's bouncing down, but it's going down. We'll see if this makes a little run up here. Guys, a few consecutive days, see like this back here. It's possible. PCG, Pacific Gas and Electric. Trying to come up against this trend line. We'll see if that possibly breaks near 12. DFFN. This has been hovering here. It's been making moves. Still like uptrend going on with that. SOXX. That's a semiconductor. This is still in this little downtrend. The market is another bearish ETF, which has been getting crushed. mRNA is interesting here. You have this move all the way up from April, forming higher lows, and then this really strong move down, and this formed a hammer candle that is bullish. Stochastic's still going down, but this is very oversold. We could get a bounce up here on that. DraftKings has been unbelievable. Look at this. Run all the way to 38. I don't like stocks up here this high. Great for day trading, but this has made a really big move since then. UVXY, this is the short-term futures, the VIX. Still in this channel, going down. Even in these channels, see here, it could bounce. We could get another few more bad days. This could go up to here maybe, but it's still in the downtrend until it breaks. What else we got here? NLOK, Norton LifeLock. This is interesting. Let's take a look at this here. Line. Let's put the line here. So you have over 2175, and then it's bounced all the way up. Came down. This is a bullish hammer candle. When it hammers out the bottom and it comes all the way back up, that's why it's called hammering the bottom, because it doesn't stay down there, and they hammered it and it came back up, which is bullish. This could test this. We have a big open gap here. I love this here on that stock. Pins, trend line, trend line, trend line. We'll see if this breaks this trend line or falls back. MNLO, I've called this for a few weeks. Look at this. Look at that volume. The last, how many days is that? 6, 7. Breaking in this gap. It's almost filling the gap now. Pretty much filled it. We'll see if it's getting overextended, or it might. If there's one last burst, maybe the 3. PRTY, we call this. Fill the gap at 1. Stochastics is trying to turn over here. This could be a change of direction. This is with the market too. It's been getting overextended a little bit here. We'll see if this comes back. If this tests and goes back to 75 cents, I would love it again. It's probably going to do this and then up. That's a normal pattern. When you get a 5-wave pattern, you got 1, 2, let me see if I can do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then, yeah, this is 5. A lot of times they don't come out exactly like that. And then after a 5, it usually comes back and it'll retest with a breakup. XLU. This is sector ETF, and it is utilities. This is making a nice turn up again. We'll see if this tests that 60 line. CMP. This is getting very tight on this line here. You have this gap above. I still like this longer term. This is energy, center point energy. Tighter, tighter. You should get a breakup. The trend is going to go back up. And that's one to look at. CMP. APHA. This is Alfred. This is a pot stock, I believe. Yeah. Making a move towards 450. It's getting overextended. Don't really like it there. PTN, nice fill the gap here, and we got pretty much filled. Stochastics are so high here, but it's still bullish. It's very bullish in that. Penny play, no interest. Could get a 50 cents. CLVS, I like this. You had the move from March all the way up. Great run, came all the way back now. This is a reversal cross after bottom of the pattern here. See this? And it's, you know, stochastics at 9.44. That's extremely oversold. Anything below 20 is oversold. That's really oversold. We can make a move back up here towards 8 plus, maybe even that trend line. So keep that on watch. Pfizer. Let's see what else here. IZEA. Look at these wicks. This is hard to trade. Day trading probably easier than try to hold this and swing. Look at this, crazy. A lot of crazy moves there. Let's see what else we got here. Estelle. That's another bearish ETF. Work. Let's see here. All right, that's pretty much the list. Let's take a look at a few other stocks. This is on my other list. MLND, still this massive gap. It looks like it's trying to break out here. We'll see what happens here. Any news, this thing's rocket into the gap. CCO, penny play. Has to hold one here. I want that to hold one. Saba, you like this to hold two. It's pretty much floating after the huge gap down. GNC, just tried to fill the gap, still trying to get the one, but that's a bearish candle there. We'll see. This might come all the way back now. I'd say if this goes below 60, you want it to hold 60 in that. Nothing below that. Space. Space is still bullish. 3 candles here, had a red candle, but stochastics are still down here, 31. If you're doing a swing, you want to complete 20 to 80 for a longer term swing. Or, I mean, it depends on your gains, but that was a nice little 3-day gain. Still a great potential. What else here? GLRD. Still like this. This came up, and look how it's holding. See the 1320 EMA? It's holding. As long as that holds, you're good. You're good for a nice long. Let me take a look. What do we got here? DXLG. And I still like this. Look at this wick. This is trying to come up. It should explode up 50 cents. There's going to be some sort of news. Look at the candles. White. All the candles trying to go up are bullish. So it's very interesting. IMMP. Trying to get into this gap. It's holding here. I told you, once it gets over your line, your little trend line you make, it's got to hold at 125. That's right on it. Let's see here. What else we got? HLX. See, this is getting exhausted here. You've had a run since the 14th, like most stocks. It's filling now. The candle's filled. It's getting very exhausted. Like running a marathon, say like 26-mile marathon, and this would probably be 24, 25, maybe 26 miles. So you're getting very high up there from this run from here. Because that's a move from $2, that little wick here, from 181 all the way to 350. That's a long move. Let me see here. LNDK. It still has potential. See, it's still going up here. It's filling these candles, but it's trying to hold here to 20 EMA. I still like 1 on that. So, like that. What else we got? I'm looking at my notepad here. Different stock I've written down. Vert, I like this. This is just getting started. You had the wash down from 26 all the way to 21. And see here, I love playing stochastics. Right here is your buy. Look at it. Went up. You had a move from 21 right there, 23. It's just getting started. Now, once you're below stochastics, I mean, this could come back down. This could come back down and test again and go up. So it depends how stocks run. Like this, it went straight up. Sometimes they're wavy. So this put in, it's a very strong candle. So and after hours, we're still holding 23.15. So that looks very strong. What else do we have here? CDEV. This is above. What do we got here? One still. See, we shot up. This was another line. I couldn't break that cross and came back down. I still like to see one hold. So we'll see in that. Let's take a look at some ETFs. TNA. The market looks like it's changing or reverse. So you had the move here all the way down. And that was that move on the 14th that I keep saying. May 14th, and look at this move from there. That is a, let's see, 16 to 29. It's like a $13 move in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11 days. Now we're starting to roll over. See stochastics, you have white over red on the reverse side, which is bearish if you're long. So it's turning bearish. Will this be more than 1 day? I believe it will. Target might be a 2 days. On this run, if you see here, say did 1, 2, like 1, 2, very small candles, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It hasn't put in more than 2 red candles. So that's been a strong market. So we might do one more, a big one, or this could be the start of something bigger. To do a full move down, to retrace again. We'll see how fast the stochastics moves up. But I think we're going to have another bad day. Let's look at nail. And this is the biggest candle this chart's had. Look at this candle. That is a really big candle. It hasn't done this since the March low. And now it's starting to turn over. Where's this going to go? Well, you have a trend line here. This goes to 25, could be a buy. I would look towards that. DIN. This is another one. This is why the most important things on your long-term charts, your daily chart, weekly, whatever. First, you want your trend lines. Draw trend lines, and you have your EMAs. I only use 2 here. The other charts, I have everything like 5, 9, 13, I have all the way up. So line here, touching one, at least 2 to 3 line touches, and this did. So this could come back. This comes back, this might come back with 35. If it's a strong downtrend like this, if it's one of these moves, we'll see. It might come to here, it might come halfway. We'll see on that. Oh, the other stock I forgot, SINT, S-I-N-T. This, I thought this could break maybe $1. Didn't today, but look at the volume. Low volume is an inside day. That's an inside day compared to this day, which means it's still good, it's still in play. As long as it's don't go below 65, you're okay. All right, let's take a look at SPY. All right, SPY. See, stochastics, they can stay above. This is staying above 80, came down. That was the move here. Still very strong. We have a red candle. It's run hard. Do we come back in a few days? This is done at a gap 2 down, 2, 2, 2. This is another one. Hasn't really put in more than 2 bad red days since the drop. So this is going to do another day. We'll see. Let me see here. We'll see this. I think Trump's talking tomorrow, so something could be up with China. I'd love this to come to 61.8 retracement right here, maybe 291 before a bounce. We'll see how this goes in this, but hasn't broke the streak of more than 2 down days. We'll see. Dow Jones. This is the daily. This is done 1, 2, the same. It's forming a wedge here, though. This is a rising wedge where you have usually 5 points. So you have here 1, 2, 3, 4. It's nothing exact, but it looks like 5 should be down. We'll see how that reacts. Or it could just keep going. This is what it did here on that run. But I'm favoring, I think it's going to go down there. We'll see. NASDAQ. This is a clear V. V. This is pretty much an all green. You have a move here. We'll see it starting to, looking at this, this is divergence. Not really. I mean, it's slightly getting lower each time. We'll see if it breaks below 80. But that looks still very bullish. IWM. This is a very big candle. This is the small caps, Russell 2000. So this put 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. This hasn't done really more than 2 bad days. This is a pretty much trend line. See, this is out of the trend line, and so is this. They don't really connect well. I mean, you could probably do this. I want to make it tighter. I think I like that a little bit better because this touches. These are all touching here. And you have right here touching, touching. And see, this is out. This was this odd move. It really doesn't connect to any charts. The only thing it connects with is if you draw a line here, it creates a wedge. It creates a rising wedge if you draw your line. See, it's getting tighter. And a rising wedge, usually you will fall. So if this puts another bad day, I would look for 134. See if that line can hold. Maybe even 50 retracement level. Starting to bend here. This was up high. Look how high. Stochastics was at 96.70. That is extremely overbought. And here's like you're extremely oversold. So see how it's run up, but it stayed up and then it came down. That could come down too. Dow Jones Transports. Just touching a line here. Trend line, this could bounce down to this trend line. It's starting to like round. I'd love to see this come down like this move again. I mean, is this going to come like straight down, or is it going to do this like a wobbly move down? It has to be news. There has to be something in the market. But we've had a move up. And see all these moves here on stochastics. It was like rising up. Then we had to move down here. It hit below 20 and then bounced hard. Let's see what this does now. If we have consecutive bad days. Let's see where we're at. It's 451. Oh yeah, Caesars. I'm going to take a look at this here. Yeah, this is a classic rising wedge. Wide, tighter. Look how tight this is. Usually these will drop. And this one's very tight. This could drop hard. If there's some bad news with casinos, this could drop like to 10. It's running so high in stochastics. What other casinos? Las Vegas, Sands. This is still bouncing back and forth. It looks pretty good. Airlines, JetBlue. It's had the run up and came back down, starting to cross over. It could be in a downtrend now. HA, Lion Holdings. Yep, that's exactly what I thought. Exhaustion candle down. Then it was sideways, then you had strong days, and red candles down. This is a cross at the top of a pattern in a trend line. And what was the next day? Red. Red candle. And then look at it crossing over. But problem is, how far are we going to go down? No one knows. We could come. See, this was like a halfway move. This wasn't a full trend line move. This is halfway, and then it could bounce again or it could go down through here. So that is this you have to play day by day and watch the market on that. Shipping, not shipping. I keep saying shipping. Royal Caribbean trend line. It's getting very toppy here. We'll see what that does. Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings. Let's see in this one here. Make some sort of lines. So we move up here. It's sort of tougher to, some of these lines don't really add up, but looks like touch, bounce down. So touch, bounce down, sideways, bounce again, then down. Looks like we're at the top. See, this peak here is so high. We're going into June. We could have a downtrend here in June. The way it's been playing, it's weird. And that's why I said too, a lot of stocks have moved up. They're like all the way up here, like the V-shaped recovery. This is still down here. You get a lot more to go with this to go up. I still like these long term. I don't think they're going out of business. They have plenty of cash. As long as the market doesn't totally crash again. Where are we at here? So let's take a look. So in March, we had to move here and then moved up. And then we came back down towards April, was a fader down, beginning of April. And then middle of April, sideways, and then end of the month we went up. And beginning of May we went down, and then towards the end of May we went up. So we could be in a downtrend early, maybe in June, and then we go up or sideways, or we could go down the trend line. So we're gonna have to see how we're gonna play this by, the market, the overall market, and the news. So what kind of news we have? COVID-19, Trump's battling with China again. Unemployment is like 40 plus million. And I think it's even more than that. I would say with people underemployed part-time, it's probably like 50 million. It's just some crazy number. So it's absolutely crazy. So that's it for now. There's plenty of stocks. The market could be turning down here. We'll see. Futures, what happens. And commodities right now at 33.62. So there's hovering here. But they come down. Just look here on a 1 month. They got to near 35 and they came back down. Now they're trying to go up, test 35 again on oil. So polls at 17.17. We'll see what happens with that. Anyway, so there's plenty of plays. Small caps with COVID-19 news have been on fire. You're getting different sectors. You're getting financial. Let me look at a financial, like Wells Fargo. See, Wells Fargo had a move here, then really get slaughtered. Then it moved up here. Now this could be another move down. We'll see. Here looks like extended. So casinos have been running hot. The cruise lines still have room to run. So the airlines. So the retail and restaurants. So that industry is lagging. Them industries are still down. Club, I talked about that too, like the fitness industry. I called this was another home run trade. If people caught this, 7.4 million. I said watch for the break at 1 today. And look where we're at, right at 1. This move right from pre-market, look at this bounce. And then it's holding up pretty good, 94 cents. Excuse me. Where's this gonna go? I like it it's gapping here. It looks like it's starting to gap. If we get another strong day, 125, 150. If not, it could come back to 75 line, then to 62 line. We'll see on that. So that is it for now. There's plenty going on. Everyone have a good day. Please like, subscribe to the channel. We keep bringing you the most information out there in the stock trading world, financial world, penny stock trading, information to make great trades, buy, sell, indicator lines, and that's it. So we are done. Peace.